Edo politics. The All Progressives Congress National Working Committee has announced Senator Hope Uzodinma of Imo State as the chairperson of a 7-member team that will conduct the APC governorship primary in Edo State. This was contained in a statement issued by Suleiman Al-Gungo, the APC National Organizing Secretary, earlier today in Abuja. Governor Basio II of Cross River will serve as his deputy chair of that committee. Other members of the committee are former Osun Deputy Governor Titilayo Tomori, APC's candidate in the 2023 Plateau governorship election, and Tanwe Yewatide, Umar Musa, and Lawan Garrett. Those are some of the members of that committee. Meanwhile, there's a lot of anxiety in the air ahead of Saturday. 12 persons, some of whom you already know them, Pastor Osageze Yamud, Anamero De Kerry, Lucky Maswine, Clem Agba, and a host of others. Some of them are sitting members of the National Assembly. 12 of them will be on the ballot in Edo State for the direct primaries that will be conducted. Let's get the conversation started with Washington Osifo himself. He wanted the ticket of the party, but he's here. He's out of the 12. He's not one of the chosen 12. Thank you so much, Mr. Osifo, for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. What is going on? How is Saturday looking like for APC in Edo State?
Well, it's looking very good. There's nothing unusual about what is happening. Contestation for a seat that is of value to the Nigerian people, most particularly the Edo people. So there's nothing strange. There's nothing wrong about what is happening. It's just a contestation of ideas. There's brotherly game of wit. I just hope and pray that they don't take it out of contest. That's exactly what is happening.
So what do you make of some of the back and forth that we're getting? Those who are accusing, for example, the leader of your party, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, if you watch the interview 2 days ago with Mr. Idahagbo, Henry Idahagbo, former Attorney General of Edo State, who says he knows that the leader is supporting a particular aspirant. Is that true?
Well, you see, for me, I watched with pains, very deep pains, knowing where we were in 2016 and where we are now, and the desire of most Edo people, not just the APC people, to see how we can regain Edo back from, the tight fist of Godwin Obaseki, who has been very, 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 unfair to the Edo people, and particularly the 14 of us. We were in the trenches, we suffered very well, and I entered the race and I wanted to run, but one thing that I always tell myself is that, look, Washington, when you are contesting for what is not yours by inheritance, the first thing you know is that it's either win or lose. You must be fair in all that you do when you are seeking for public office. So I was very disappointed that, I don't know what, came over my friend, the way he spoke. He didn't speak like an elder statesman. I thought that himself being a good politician, he should know what to do at this time. Anybody who speaks against the party or anyone aspiring to lead our state in our party by this time, at best it's not doing the party any good. Wisdom is profitable to direct. And I thought that an elder like him should have displayed wisdom. Yeah, it's normal to have the feelings, to not to agree with others in their views, but it is wrong, when you know that you may just be helping the opposition party, other political parties who will be contesting for this same, position in the general election. It is wrong to give them materials to work with. This is what I think wasn't fair in the statement of Henry Idahagbo.
He had said that there were mistakes that were made, and he thought that the leader of the party led him to making those mistakes. He said he made reference to 2020. He made reference to also the election prior to that, where he, according to him, says that Comrade Oshiomhole brought in Godwin Obaseki, and that did not work. That at the end of the day, it didn't go well for the party. again, bringing Pastor Osage Izeyamu. He said that was a misstep also, and that they are worried that going by what they're hearing, that if the party go in that direction, it wouldn't portend well for the party. Do you think that there were mistakes, according to him, being made by the leader of the party, Adams Oshiomhole?
No, you don't talk people down just to have your way. For instance, he has been a beneficiary. He benefited so much from the man we're talking about, from Adams Oshiomhole, our leader. How was he supposed to know? As a man, there's no act to find the man's construction on the face. I believe that. Even God, since when he created man, he has never rested. Can it now be said that because God created man and man disappointed God, and all of us, life must cease to exist? No. He knows that one of those who supported Godwin Obaseki in 2016, truly so, was himself. He was the man who was first called to champion the cause, when most of us, including myself, fought against the nomination, the support for giving to Governor Obaseki, who was Mr. Godwin Obaseki at that time. We saw what was to happen. He convinced us. He fought us to ensure that Godwin emerged. He was the best friend of our dear leader, as at that time, while we were fighting against it. In 2020, it was the same thing. I supported Pastor Osage Izeyamu. I was one of the henchmen who worked for the emergence of Pastor Osage Izeyamu. No regrets. Now, it was not just the choice of our leader. It was the choice of some of us, that's in 2020, okay, who supported him, who pulled through that choice. And in 2016, I didn't support Godwin, okay, to be governor. But that doesn't mean that there were no others who also joined him. It's about consultation. It's about discussion. Even now, nothing says, and this is what I must say, himself, at very many times, he has been asked or has reason to support somebody who is asking for a lower office, okay, whether by appointment or by election, maybe even the position of a councillor. As a leader, he cannot say he will stay aloof. It's not possible. Whether you stay aloof or not, one way or the other, you are talking to somebody to say, this is what I think. And a leader who doesn't take a stand is not worthy of being called a leader. So for me, yes, I am reasonably close to our leader. I can tell you that because one thing I have never done in my life, I have never, ever, betrayed anybody. And those who betray people, he doesn't like them around him. Or he tolerates everybody. Now, I would have been, for instance, be angry that, yes, Washington, the battle we fought against Godwin. We lost my seat for 4 years together with my 13 colleagues. If there's anybody who should be angry that I wasn't shortlisted, I have not fallen short of anything in terms of knowing what to do and how to do it. In governance of Edo, haven't been there. Now, but for me, it is not about me. I said it clearly. It's about my party.
So you know what what is playing out. You say you're close to Comrade Adams Oshiomhole.
Very well.
Now, who is he supporting?
You see, I can't say, just answer the question, who is he supporting?
Who are you supporting?
Now, let me tell you. No,
who are you supporting?
First, who I know Comrade Adams Oshiomhole is supporting is anyone who can deliver and win for APC.
And who is that?
It is not about who is that. Now, look at what we have done. When I say we, I was in the race. I should tell the story better than the man that came there before yesterday. I was in the race. We all agreed, the 29 of us, when we were consulted in a meeting, we agreed. And let there be, a committee. We agreed, we the 29 of us. And we also agreed that whatever becomes of the outcome of that committee, we will abide. Men should be ready to do what they agree to do at any time. For me, who am I supporting? I am supporting that same person either in the central, on the north, or in the south, just what we have done, looking at them, the best that I think can give our party winning. That is the truth.
And who is that?
I'm supporting Dennis Idausa. That is the truth.
So it's true that...
listen.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
So it's true that Comrade is supporting Dennis Idausa?
Is Comrade Washington?
You say you are close to him. You are a close ally to him.
Listen.
So because Henry Idausa said it two nights ago that Comrade is supporting Dennis Idausa, and that might be the man who might emerge by the influence of Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. And so if you, a close ally, are saying the same thing, it then points out that maybe Henry Dagbo was right.
Now, is Henry Dagbo not close to comrade? This is the question. We are all close to comrade. Now, you see, I just told you, I have always been close to comrade. In 2016, even as a sitting commissioner, serving as commissioner for education, I told comrade, I will not support Godwin Obaseki. I always have the conviction to say no when I need to say no. Okay? I'm not a baby. I'm not a child.
So why do you think Dennis Idahosa is the right person for your party?
Yeah, because, you see, first, let me put it this way. What gave me joy when I was still contesting is that the 29 of us in that race, fantastic men and women, or any one of us will be the governor and we will do very well. Now I'm not there. But I've also looked at other considerations. And I've come to the ineluctable conclusion that the one it's my choice. I have a right to make choice. And I've made my choice. And my choice is Dennis. Okay, first, Dennis was a colleague in council in Edo State. Okay? Again, Dennis is a youth. He's mobile, he's agile. And I've also seen his antecedent as a young man. Let me tell you, you know, when people speak of intelligence, I don't know how they define intelligence. For me, when there is contestation between intelligence and reasonableness should take precedent. Yes, you can be intelligent and very unreasonable. But if you are reasonable, the question is, how will a reasonable man react in any situation? If you have a governor or a leader that is reasonable, I prefer it far over and above. I will stay with you over intelligence. So
the contestation over issue of zoning, and for anyone who watched the interview that I had with Comrade Adams Oshomole on Sunday, and he's made it clear that as a leader, he doesn't think that it is fair for anyone to want to say he wants to be governor of Edo State from his party coming from his senatorial zone, because he believes that him as a leader of the party who will serve 8 years as governor, the minister from Edo State, the only minister of Edo State, Mr. His name is skipping me now. Momo, yeah. He's from his own zone, and he doesn't think that it's fair to have a governorship candidate of his party from the same zone. But the lies of Claire Magba, the lies of Pastor Izeyamu, and a host of others, the likes of Honorable Anamero Dekeri, may not agree with that. And you heard the argument of Henry Dagbo saying that does not hold water, because at some point in the history of the state, there have been governor and minister from the same zone, and nothing has happened.
And now, you see, when you try to juxtapose the situations, we're in opposition. And when you are in opposition, all men must be fair in making judgment, except they don't just want us to win. Now, when he talks about...
because your party wants to win, that's why you want to go to the south.
Of course. Of course. First, we are 58.8%.
In the south?
Yes, in the south. You know the numbers, Sheo. You know the numbers. Harry knows the numbers. I am sure Harry wants to win as much as we want to win. Let me tell you. Sometimes, that is what I said, that it may not necessarily, if you table all conditions before you take a position, you must look at it. And viewing from numbers, you know, and other conditions, then you must go with the numbers. And again, the age demography. Okay? Now, let me tell you, he said, for instance, that it's just, I mean, look at the way he even said it's just 43. No, that was most uncharitable, you know, to describe a human being. Now, Henry Dagbo was chairman of council. Way back, much younger person. He ran that council very well, and he got an award as the best local government chairman of Edo State from an opposition party. A little boy, as it then was. Today, he's talking about a 43-year-old in 21st century and denying him of a right to even ask or to rule the Edo people. And this is a man that has occupied several positions, and now he's serving as a second term in the National Assembly, and they call him Mr. Project in where he comes from. So for me, you can disagree with a man that is aspiring to be anything, but you don't talk him down when you know that even the Constitution, though the framers of the Constitution are aware that it could have been nice to say, for you to be the governor or president of Nigeria, you must be a professor or at least a second degree holder. But that is not the case here. Now, what they're trying to do is that they are aware, those who frame the Constitution are well aware that you don't have to get to the top of education, the ladder of education, to be reasonable.
But there are those who will ask you that, look, shouldn't the likes of Osage Izeyamo be given a chance of first refusal? He was the candidate of the party in the last election.
Yeah, but, you know, those who will say that, you can't take it away from them. Yes, I mean, it's a fair position to take. But the truth is that, again, you also look at it, it's a contestation of ideas for reasons best known to all. The superior argument eventually will take the place. But let me commend Pastor Osage Izeyamo. You see, I have listened to him talk, even in this contest. He has not said anything to demarcate the party, because himself is aware of something, that in 2020, when he came and joined us, some of us too, to say we wanted him to be, and if indeed God helped us, he got a ticket. For reasons best known to us at that time. It is for that same reason now we are saying, at this time, what would be best is to look at the demography of the youth. You see, what is wrong in giving the youth, you know, an opportunity to also serve?
And perhaps one way to wrap up this is, there is Anamero Dakari, there is Clem Agba from the same Senatorial district from Comrade Adams Oshomole. Those are equally very strong candidates, very popular on the ground. They have their networks with the people, and it's a direct primary. I mean, it's a possibility of an upset in this game against the run of play. If, for example, based on what is being said, that Comrade Adams Oshomole is backing Dennis Idahosa, could you see some of these persons coming from Senator Oshomole's senatorial district causing an upset?
Well, you know, in politics, in life generally, anything can happen. But I think what is happening here is this. First, like I said before, the 29 of us, credible men and women who could, at any time, rule the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But today, we are fortunate to have all of us. We were fortunate to have all of us asking for this. And like you said, talking about upset, one thing I like about them that I want to commend them for, none of the aspirants, even as of today, is demarcating the party. So my caution to those that are supporting the aspirants, don't say what the aspirants are not saying. Because the aspirants are determined that when eventually, after Saturday, one emerges, at either of them, it could be Dennis, it could be any other person. But the truth is that they must all come together, we must all come together to ensure we give Godwin Obaseki and his party a run for their money.
All right. Washington, not the capital of the United States, but Honorable Washington Osifo, a member of the APC, a governorship hopeful in Edo APC. Thank you so much indeed for your time. And I wish you and your party the very best.
Thank you so much.
In Saturday's election.
Thank you so much.
But that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure I'll see you.